In recent years, the concept of terror in camp has taken on new urgency in the United States, reflecting both domestic and international security challenges. Whether referring to the vulnerability of summer camps, environments once synonymous with safety and innocence, or to US military bases stationed in volatile regions, the threat of terrorism has become a sobering reality. During the summer of 2024, a stark reminder of this vulnerability unfolded in Duncanville, Texas. There, a shooting incident at a children's summer camp shook the local community and reverberated nationally. The event, while tragic, was mercifully contained due to the swift actions of camp staff and law enforcement. No children lost their lives, but the sense of safety was deeply shaken. This incident highlighted the necessity for heightened vigilance and preparedness, even in spaces dedicated to youth development and recreation. In response, the American Camp Association, a body overseeing more than 15,000 day and overnight camps, serving approximately 26 million campers and 1.2 million employees, has taken decisive action. The association ramped up its guidance to camp directors, urging them to implement active shooter drills and comprehensive emergency response plans. These measures are designed not to breed fear, but to empower staff with the skills and confidence to act decisively in the face of potential threats. Through regular drills, clear protocols, and open lines of communication with local authorities, camps are increasingly prepared to handle a range of emergencies, from natural disasters to the unthinkable specter of a violent attack. This shift in camp culture reflects a broader national trend. Across the United States, schools, places of worship, and other gathering spots have adopted similar security protocols, recognizing that preparedness is the most effective shield against chaos. Yet the threat of terror at camp is not limited to domestic soil. Abroad, the US military has faced repeated attacks on its bases and installations, particularly in the Middle East. In the latter part of 2023, the geopolitical landscape grew especially volatile. As the United States provided support to Israel during the Gaza conflict, Iran-backed militias launched a series of more than 170 attacks on American military bases and assets stationed in Syria, Iraq, and Jordan. These attacks resulted in injuries to numerous US service members, raising alarms about the safety of American personnel overseas. The US response was swift and forceful. Through a series of targeted airstrikes, American forces eliminated approximately 65 militants, including high-ranking figures such as Mushtaq Talib al-Saidi, a senior commander of the Nujaba movement. The strikes were not only punitive, but also strategic, aiming to disrupt future plots and send a clear message that attacks on American interests would not go unanswered. By early February 2024, following these decisive retaliatory actions, attacks from militias against US forces ceased. This lull was not merely the result of American military might. It was also the product of diplomatic engagement. In December 2024, Iraqi militias agreed with the Iraqi government to fully halt their attacks after the fall of the Assad regime in Syria. This agreement marked a rare moment of de-escalation in a region often defined by perpetual conflict. Still, the threat of terrorism is ever present. Even as militia attacks waned, the US military remained engaged in aggressive counter-terrorism operations. In October 2024, US Central Command launched a series of airstrikes against known ISIS camps in Syria. These operations targeted the infrastructure and leadership responsible for plotting attacks against the United States, its allies, and innocent civilians. Earlier, in late September, precision strikes resulted in the deaths of 37 terrorist operatives, including high-ranking members of both ISIS and Huras al-Din, an al-Qaeda affiliate. Such actions are part of a continuous effort to keep extremist groups from regaining the capacity to project terror on a global scale. The dual realities of domestic and overseas threats have prompted a comprehensive reassessment of what safety means in the context of camp. For American families, the idea that a summer camp, once a place for carefree games and friendships, might require active shooter drills is unsettling. Yet it is a reflection of the times, a response to rare but devastating incidents that can forever alter the lives of those involved. For military families, the term camp evokes the sprawling bases scattered across deserts and conflict zones where service members live under constant threat. In these environments, vigilance is a way of life. Every camp is fortified, every routine scrutinized for vulnerabilities, and every service member is trained to respond to a range of threats, from rocket attacks to suicide bombers. Despite these challenges, there is resilience. Camps across the United States have not shuttered their gates. Instead, they have adapted, balancing the need for security with the spirit of exploration, learning, and play that defines the camp experience. Military camps, too, continue their vital mission, with personnel drawing strength from camaraderie and a shared sense of duty. The American Camp Association's proactive approach is a testament to this resilience. By providing resources, support, and training, the association helps to ensure that camp directors, counselors, and staff are not only prepared for emergencies, but also equipped to help campers process and recover from traumatic events. The goal is not to instill fear, but to foster a sense of empowerment, a belief that, even in uncertain times, communities can come together to protect and nurture their youngest members. In summary, the story of terror in camp in the United States is one of challenge and adaptation. It is a narrative shaped by recent events, like the Duncanville shooting and the attacks on U.S. military bases abroad, but also by the enduring American commitment to safety, preparedness, and hope. Whether in the woods of Texas or the deserts of Syria, the struggle against terror continues. But so does the determination to preserve spaces where children can learn, grow, and dream, and where those who serve can do so with honor and vigilance. In this ongoing effort, preparedness and resilience are our greatest allies, ensuring that the spirit of camp endures, even in the face of adversity.